These mechanical brakes on my mini bike suck. They have a horrible feel to them, the rotor's warped, and they don't stop very well. But today, that's all going to change with these new hydraulic brakes. I got the brakes themselves, I got this adapter bracket, and I got the disc. And this is all from O&B Warehouse. First off, I'm going to remove the muffler and the air filter just to give us a little bit more room to work on the rear axle.
By creating an imaginary picture. Usually it's something that moves.
Alright, we got that stuff out of the way. Now it's time to take off the caliper, the line, and the handle. And I believe these two bolts here are 8mm, and these two down here that are holding the caliper on are 10mm. Heck? Weird. Yeah, that was a weird moment where the pads inside of the caliper were squeezing too much on the rotor, which was making it a little more difficult to pull off. But all you had to do was just adjust the inside pad, and you're good to go. So now I'm gonna take off the handle. That was loose already. That's concerning. So is this one. Heck? Easily. There we go. I took apart the mechanical caliper and I found something kind of interesting. This pad worn down so much that it actually started taking away the metal, as you can see. And look how uneven it is. You can see it has like that like slope pad. It's pretty uneven. Yeah. Alright, we got all the mechanical stuff off. Now it's time to remove the rear axle and replace this rotor. Alright, so here comes the tricky part. So trying to position this caliper over the rotor perfectly with the bracket is going to be a little difficult because you don't use the factory spacer. And the kit comes with a ton of these shims, so we're going to have to play around with putting shims in between the wheel and the bracket and the side of the frame. So we're gonna put the axle in and I'm gonna leave it hanging. I'm not gonna tighten it down the whole way. You'll see in a minute, but yeah. This bolt with a wash or a spacer behind it. And here we got the bracket, and now I need to figure out how much washers I need to put here and here. So I'm gonna measure that out. Okay, so I ended up cutting a spacer in half to get this part correct, and then I think we'll be pretty much done. All right, this was my application. I have 4 spacers between the wheel and the adapter, and then I cut in half a spacer that came with the axle, and then just added 2 other washers there, and then a nut. And it spins, but you want it to skim like that, because that's eventually going to wear off and it'll be perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna put the chain back on and then we're gonna go test drive it. Alrighty, let's take this thing for a test drive. We have successfully installed the hydraulic brakes. They feel really good. They're not like loose or anything like that. They stop on a dime and they're much more reliable because I won't have to be adjusting the brakes every single time I ride it. So this was a successful mod to this bike. I'll see y'all in the next one.